Oh, baby, let's go.
So Dojo Lance not wasting any time saying that Voldaren will catching the ban. I saw it had sweatband the previous game, so we're gonna be banning Voldaren. And Marnefarmer not liking his odds dealing with Saku, so does get the first ban too. But wow, this is a big statement, guys. Dojo Lance saying Noxalato is not out of the game. I'm gonna first pick it on blue side.
Yeah, absolutely. Just doesn't decide against that Noxalotl pick. But of course, if you take a look at Marnefarmer's team, what is he really going to do about the Noxalotl aside from attack damage, right? There's no win tem really to say, you know, to pressure. I mean, yes, Tuvine is available, but that isn't the... Well, when I think of something that deals with Noxalotl, I do not think of Tuvine.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Tuvine is one of the best answers to Noxalato just because it's physical win, right? Noxalato, even back in the day, it was Tuvine to deal with it because Noxalato was full of that special defense. So it is a really good answer, but yeah, just has to be able to squeeze it in. Maybe Dojo Lance says, if you didn't pick Tuvine, I will be banning it next, so we gotta see.
Dojo's thinking about it. I'm not sure. I can't see his cursor, so perhaps just still trying to decide. Oh, there it is. Marnie's actually betting first, so we'll see what he decides to ban instead. I would argue batting the Grandpa or the Nidrasil here against his team, because if Dojo gets to a point where his speed is just overwhelming, then suddenly your melee Tems are not going to get the opportunity to shine. I mean, their biggest advantage is that they hit so hard that if you will not get time to set up. But if Dojo manages to get, you know, bark shields off, protector buffs off, and turbos off, your melee Tems are going to fall off. But decides on the Nidrasil removal, lets the Grandpa and the Whiplum through. I mean, technically speaking, Grandpa is 2 shot away from death against a lot of these sort of melee comp styles. So decent ban there from Marnefarmer, probably protecting the Naga Issei as well. Also, oh yeah, I forgot his Naga Issei is Deceit Aura, right? So Turbo Choreography is actually bad for Dojo Lance.
Yeah, and that's exactly why Marnefarmer does decide to open with it. So Dojo Lance has a decision. Does he want to get rid of Kinu? Does he want to get rid of Tuvine? What's going to apply more value for his opponent? And he decides that it's going to be the Kinu. And you could never count that out. Kinu's just such a solid 10. And there goes the Grandpa Tuvine Gyas to get that physical pressure to deal with pretty much everything. Everything is going to be hitting heavy into Dojo Lance's team. And, you know, a good answer to both of those Tems is that
freeze.
double water, yeah.
Everybody freeze. But the problem here is, of course, that Naga Issei has to die. Otherwise, you can't use your speed to your advantage. So I think Dojo Lance's objective here is kill Naga Issei, win profit. I think that is the order that he must attempt here. Well, I mean, we'll see, right? You can kill everything around the Naga Issei, but the problem is, again, you can't run your speed comp until you clear that. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Game number 1 of our finals. We finally made it here. We have a previous 2-time monthly champion Marnefarmer going head to head against Dojo Lance. First time ever in the finals. Who's gonna take it? Marnie not feeling too confident, as he said previously, but maybe it's kind of to psych out his opponent, give him some false sense of confidence. You never know. The mind games start before the game even starts, and we will see here in turn number 1. Deceit Aura is online, but Toxalato is a pretty good answer to Nagais here. Of course, Marnefarmer has those bamboozles to try to keep him safe, as Noxalato is about the only thing pressuring down this Nagais, so perhaps a free madness buff here if the pig is slower than Noxalato. We might be seeing it.
Yeah, an absolute opening there, but Kino will be swapped out here for that Whiplum. Definitely going to try and Turbo Choreography later, but Madness Buff is going to be used. He says, protect their buff, who? Just making sure that this Naga Issei gets empowered. Toxic Ink goes onto the Pig Epic, reads that the Bamboozle was going to go on the Nagaise, was forced, really.
Yeah.
But of course, Beta Burst will sting here.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you love to see at the highest level play. You know, it was so, it's not obvious, but you know, saying you will bamboozle Nagai, so let's not waste this Toxic Ink and get some good damage onto the pig. But Noxalato had his fun buffing up the Wimplup now. Interesting decision. I guess it is fairly strong.
Side Surge comes out, and that was the right decision. Wimplup will take only 40% damage, but relax. Will put the Wimplup to sleep as well. But the Kinu swap, double duty there, removing the Lullaby potential, and also mitigating the damage from the Side Surge. Another Madness buff would be brave, but I wouldn't put it past Marnie to go all in or go home here.
Yeah, so Nagai still not pressured. This Relax play was what won in the game against Dirk in the semifinals, and Relax with paired up with Nagai's is such a beautiful combo to see. That one power Relax usually a hindrance to the game, but with the Sea Aura being such a thing, it works so well. But yeah,
that does
huge.
So much damage. The Wimplup is still fast asleep. Revitalize will make sure that the Wimplup will full heal. Or not full heal, but gets a lot of HP back. But those Beta Bursts, they are so strong. And right now, Marnie, he knows that the Noxalotl for the side of Dojo Lance is Toxic Skin. So no trance or anything of the matter. So Beta Burst into the Kinu is relatively safe here. And again, this Wimplup, he might just be put to sleep next round again. I mean, Marnie can bamboozle the pig, make sure that both of his Tems are healthy against a Tsunami, and he's golden.
Yeah, so Wimplup not going to be applying too much pressure this turn. So honestly, I feel like he could still just keep pressuring down that right slot. We're seeing it here. Side Surge, where is it going? Yeah, you know, it had a guaranteed kill on Kinu, and look at that. I know you said it's 60% on the Yukama. Insane.
Tsunami is completely blocked by the double bamboozle. Disgusting from Marnefarmer. Completely nullifies Dojo Lance's play. That's just so devastating. That's heartbreaking. But right now, fortunately, this time Nagaise is out of stamina. Could overexert to get another burst of damage. No pun intended.
Yeah, absolutely. But man, this Nagai is already doing so much. Marnefarmer saying, man, this team really counters me. But you know, it seemingly seems that Marnie's countering this Turbo team quite well. This Madness buff, that opening turn, painting the full story, and Relax. What a disgusting combo paired up with the Sea Aura. It's just free turns. Nagai's was running out of stamina, but look at that. 2 turns to rest. Rest now, rest next, and then Beta Burst Side Surge, Beta Burst Side Surge. I feel like these two can stay on the board the entire game. They have so much control power.
Yeah, I mean, they're chilling like a villain. Relax into double rest is probably going to be played. I mean, if double rest doesn't happen for Marnie, I would be incredibly confused. And the worst thing about this is if you look at Dojo Lance's team, it's fast AF. They're all really fast, so Marnie being so slow makes him so fast, and therefore is such a problem.
Yeah, and I'm surprised he brought in Yukama. I think he needs Noxalato here, or you know what? He needs his energy drink target, which I can't remember what it is. But yeah, man, Nagai's alone doing so much work against Dojo's team. But yeah, you know, I have a feeling Dojo has a new ban for the following game, because this guy is just running away with it. And you know, it's Marnie making a decision here. I feel like it's a simple bamboozle to a rest, or as you said, Blue, a double rest feels appropriate here. And then a little bit of rinse and repeat one more time. Bamboozle, Side Surge, bamboozle. And then once they're done with the alert, you go for Relax again. It almost seems a bit broken.
It almost seems dirty. Like, it is absolutely dirty. And then the worst part about this is that you can't punish the Pink Epic, because if Ukama stays in to attempt to kill it, you just Psy Surge the Ukama spot, and he dies, and Pink Epic is safe. You bamboozle the Naga Ise, and you rinse and repeat. There is no way that any wind move Whiplup can spit out can deal enough damage to force Pink Epic into a compromised position. And Cold Breath is too fast to even follow up here. So again, just a solid gridlock on Dojo Lance's team. Marnie is 2v5ing super hard right now.
Yeah, I think the best bet for Dojo, I think maybe perhaps a double swap, something like Noxalato Kinu. Make sure the Kinu buff goes on Noxalato, because Noxalato is the answer to this Nagais. Those Toxic Inks will start to add up. Just 2 Toxic Inks actually will take down the Nagais. So I think Dojo Lance has to try to switch up the game plan. He needed the Noxalato on the board, but of course Pig is on the board. He has those wind techniques too, so a bit easier said than done, I guess.
Yeah, Dojo Lance forced his hand. Kinu comes in again to buff up the Whiplup. Now nullifies the Madness buff, which is solid, but what is more solid is the Side Surge. Guarantees a kill on the Kinu, and that's already a big win in the books for Marnefarmer, securing that kill as well. And the Stone Wall just protecting the Naga Ise even further, doesn't even bother resting here.
Yeah, this might have been a bit of that nail in the coffin, because Jesus, +3 special defense, +2 defense on the Nagais. You know, even, the Noxalato we've been talking about to try to take it down. Now it's at +2 defense, those Toxic Inks are gonna hurt a bit less.
And there's still 3 Temps in the back. Marnie can easily switch up the game plan into Tuvan, Gaialis, and Mashuk here, and just severely punish the Noxalato for, well, not even the Noxalato, punish everything else. Remember, these wind Temps are not known for their durability. The only one I can think of is Saku, aside from Bolarin, right? So they're not known for durability. They're known for just being normal birds. They got shot down, they fall straight to the ground. So right now, Marnie can just switch it up, pocket the Naga Ise for later. There's no way to raise defenses. Noxalato doesn't have access to Stone Wall, or at least it's not set up that way.
Yeah, so finally Nagais does get retreated. Out comes the Tuvan to deal with this Noxalato. And yeah, Marnefarmer still having control. He says, alright, this first 2 lineups, let's go ahead and switch it up. So Mashuk and Tuvan coming out to play. This is going to actually hurt the Tuvan quite a bit. Let's see how much. 100 down to 69. So there it goes, 30% damage from that tsunami.
Turbo!
And
Ooh.
Impressive. Okay, Dojo Lance reading the Nagai switching out, going to turbo in the face of Marnefarmer.
Oh, but that feels so scary. If Naga Ise just said, you know what if I just come back in? What would you do? And then suddenly you're the slowest player around. You literally can't slow yourself down either. So again, Marnie most likely just going to burst damage the Whiplup here.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't all that bad, because I think Marnefarmer's Tems, they were still going first. So speeding it up, not the worst, since they were already going last in the presence of the Sea Aura.
Yeah,
you're still gonna go last, but yeah, it's essentially -2 speed from the, or even worse, because buffing is actually more increased than debuff. So yeah.
Yeah. So at this point in time, Dojo Lance is basically saying, well, if I'm gonna be the slowest Tem, even with the Sea Aura on, might as well be the fastest Tem outside of it. So trying to cover for that. Again, this was his game plan regardless. So Sharp Ray going to drop, trying to kill off the Tuvan is not quite there yet. So hoping Toxic Ink will seal the deal, perhaps. Hypnosis instead will be played, will be thrown out onto the Tuvan. So Tuvan doesn't get a chance to move it, is also asleep. P-Jab is punching into the Whiplup, but no CPG because the Tuvan is asleep.
Yeah, Tuvan rocking the War Drum, no E-Drink there. But yeah, well done. I see why the turbo coming out to make sure that Hypno knocks it out. Not the fastest Tem, so does make good use of that turbo choreography with that +2 speed. And yeah, with the Tuvan down, Wait a minute, is the old school Noxalato carry gonna be taking it for Marnefarmer? I mean, a little bit too soon to call, but Noxalato not having much answers. Of course, Gialis perhaps, but +1 defense, it's still gonna be quite troublesome for sure for Marnefarmer to deal with this Noxalato. So maybe we're seeing it here why it was instant pick for Dojo Lance.
Yeah, this is interesting now, because you know we talked about the how strong the Naga Issei Big Epic was, but now that the rest of the team is in the fold, suddenly Dojo Lance has the tempo here.
Yeah, absolutely right. It was just from those opening turns, Marnie felt so dominant, but when now Naga is on the board, it kind of feels like the tables have turned just a bit here towards Dojo Lance's favor. So Tuvine not trying to go out just yet, so it will be Gialis, but I still feel like you're taking a bit of damage here.
Yeah, Tornado gets thrown out here. Almost drops the Mashuk, but Turbo Choreography.
Don't tell me Noxo has a narco hit waiting, and he does!
Oh, he does! Oh my god, it doesn't kill! It lives at 1.5% HP. Mashuk says, haha!
Yeah, insane. I actually thought it was gonna go down there. Maybe like 1 or 2 more attack TVs would have done it, but man, surviving by 1.5%. I know Dojo Lance definitely thought it was gonna go down. So Mashuk able to get off that turbo there, so that's not too bad. You know, Dojo is playing that speed game, so speed on Giala is already one of the fastest Tems in the game, even a better target to get some speed, just to make sure it is going to keep up the pace with Dojo's side. So Noxalato not trying to eat any physical pressure, swapping out the Yukama, but wait a minute, Gialis is here. That might be looking kind of rough if it went after the Yukama spot.
What a devastating move there. Trading 1 for 1, and the Crystal Bite does some solid work, but yeah, I mean, losing the Mashuk there finally gets him.
Yeah,
but Sharp Stabs with speed is potentially possible here.
Yeah, such a good read too from Dojo saying, you're not going to attack into my Noxalato, it's useless to attack the Noxo, so let's try to bring in Yukama here, and now Aquatic Whirlwind is online, and of course if the Crystal Bite did go into the Noxo spot, Yukama wouldn't be around anymore, so a bit of a risky play for Dojo, but the risk paying off, and even the Rock Shield on Wimplump not taking all that much damage from Gialis. But if there is a Tem that has something to say about it, Nagai's is back on the board, so Yukama had the speed advantage, Wimplump had the speed advantage, but that has been completely flipped. So that Beta Burst side search, now that is the fastest move here. And Yukama, we saw how much it already did on the Yukama, it cannot live another one of those attacks. So it's so crazy how one Temtem really changes the entire game.
It changes the dynamic of the game completely. It's now incredibly fast. We'll just pick up the Yukama here, and that's exactly what happens. Wimplump is literally too fast to be to go first. So Hook Kick comes out, doesn't kill though. So it gets a sharp rain off. We'll punish the Gialis, but that is not enough. It's just not. The overexertion doesn't happen because it was just enough stamina there. So Noxalato comes in, is still full HP, so can still punish the Naga Issei here.
Yeah, he was playing very safe in the presence of Noxalato. Perhaps Marnefarmer wants to play safe again, maybe swap into the pig there. But it's gonna depend, does Gialis have enough to deal with this Wimplump? Because I think Wimplump wants to stay in. Let's see, so Tuvine trying to have it sacrifice here, and it will go down after the Toxic Ticks.
Yeah, Crystal Bite connects. Wimplump will get finally picked off here. Now down to 2 Tems in exchange for the loss of the Tuvine there. Grandpa And Noxolotl versus Naga Issei Pig Epic Gyalis.
Yeah, so Marnefarmer looks pretty good. He has Grandpa in the back, or it's just Grandpa Noxolotl versus Marnie's squad. It is that hell, and that's exactly what he's giving to Dojo for sure. But man, I'm wondering here, you need, I guess, to do enough damage with the pig on Noxolotl. Because if it's just Nagais versus Noxo and Grandpa, I think Dojo Lance takes this. I don't think Nagais has enough to deal with Noxo before Noxo can deal with Nagais. This is actually a bit closer than it seemed. Marnefarmer going deep into the reserve time. I'm seeing it here. 7 seconds remaining on the reserve, so has to make some speedy decisions going forward.
Alright, so Grandpa Noxolotl right now, I mean, Pig Epic has to save itself. I think sack Gyalis for as much damage as possible and then play the Lullaby Naga Issei dance, right? Surely, in this position, that would be enough of the win. Or at least be the highest odds. And in fact, that is the case. Sharp Stabs is thrown out here on the Grandpa. Pig Epic will take a Toxic Ink. That's big. Slowly chipping away that Pig Epic is the goal. And oh my god, it gets close. It gets really close, but Relax is played beforehand. And so the Thames get the opportunity to do so. But now the pig is going to drop to 2% HP. Plus the Naga Issei. Oh, can it do this?
Yeah, like I said, these guys are getting dangerously low. So Dojo Lance seemingly in a rough spot in the beginning, but I think he's slowly bringing things back in his favor. Nagais has a free opening here, so does get that bamboozle from the pig. But I mean, it's going to be doing a lot of damage onto Grandpa here. But you still got to take down a 100 HP Noxo. I mean, Pigapec could chunk it. We saw how much damage it did on Ninjasil. It has +1 special defense, so not that crazy. So a Tornado should do 30-40%, if not a little bit more. So that's going to be chunking it a bit, but it all comes down to you got to kill the Grandpa decently quick. And then, like, how much are you going to do on Noxolotl? It's not effective damage. It's just going to be neutral damage. Of course, it is +2 special attack. So, man, this is still a bit close here. Even though, actually, I mean, the HP lead is almost even. Alright.
Stonewall played here. Nagais Fury hoping to kill Grandpa in a single hit. Will it do so? It will not! So Windburst will be thrown out here, and FC will sack that. So 1 for 1. Now Noxolotl versus Naga Issei. And Toxic Ink will be blocked first. The Noxolotl is actually running out of stamina, and there's still a Gyalis. Oh my god, I forgot Gyalis is still alive! Oh,
yeah,
baby,
so
there's still Crystal Bite.
I think Marnefarmer has this one. Crystal Bite +2 Psy Surges, or Beta Burst Psy Surge. I think this is going his way. With that Stonewall, really well done for Marnefarmer, guaranteeing +4 defense. You can't do all that much to me. Yeah, I think it's easily said, but the Narco.
Oh, Narco, it's not even close. Oh my god, Crystal Bite uses all of the stamina, all of the cookies. Toxic Skin connects, but it's just not enough. Overexerts, gets Toxic ticked. And now Psy Surge will shut it down.
Yeah, 100% certain. So Marnefarmer seemingly undefeatable, or the answer to that soon. Dojo Lance does get his Saku ban, but okay, Dojo's Lance said, bring on the Nagais. I am not scared. I will do this with the Nagais getting picked up, because he goes for the Volorant one more time.
Yeah, maybe just intimidated by that Volorant. I mean, again, I talked about this, but you just have to, believe in your bands at least sometimes when you're sure that is the right band, because Marty does run anaerobic Volorant, and when you're running only special attack, bear in mind the only temps that do attack damage are Noxolotl and Ninjasil on the side of Dojo lands, aside from the opposing Volarin perhaps. So again, just so much special attack damage that if Volarin was picked up, he would just eat everything, most likely.
Yeah, so Marnefarmer is saying, man, this opener dominated everything Dojo had, so, you know, it worked once, why not go for it again? And that's exactly what he has planned. I guess Volarin is heavy. That anaerobic Volarin does a lot of work to Nidrasil, Noxolotl, Saku, Wimplump, Yukama, Kinu, so I guess it makes sense. But I feel like Nagaz is just so devastating that the C aura, that's exactly what Dojo's been doing this whole tournament. Turbo outspeeding his opponents and, you know, getting the job done that way. So yeah, I guess he's just more fearful of that Volarin, and it makes sense. His team is rather weak to it, but is it weaker to Volarin or is it weaker to Nagaz? I feel like Nagaz is a bit more problematic.
Yeah, I would agree there. I think allowing the Volarin through, maybe at least to mix it up a little bit more, but it's easier to be in a familiar position and try something different than to completely change the scene, because then suddenly you start from scratch with at least your mentality and how you want to play it. But still, this is so painful. You can just bamboozle Madness buff as Marnie again, and then Beta Burst or Psy Surge, and then Lullaby. You have 3 turns to get what you want, and your damage is always going to be blocked on the side of Dojo lands. I mean, like, the Ukama will always go last, so the water cannon will always be the last thing that hits the Naga Issei. So I mean, I'm curious to see how Dojo Lance will mix this up. We'll have to see if he will go out here or if he will bring this to a game 3.
Yeah, absolutely right. So as you said, this is game number 2 of our finals, do or die situation for Dojo Lance. This is what separates the men from the boys. Can Dojo Lance clutch it up, or is Marnefarmer gonna be doing the unthinkable? 3-time monthly champion. Hey, we won't speak too soon, but let's hop right into turn number 1. Keeping it straightforward, Marnie with the same game plan, a madness buff on the Nagais, and potentially a bamboozle from the pig.
There we go. So the question is if Toxic Ink will go before Water Cannon. No, it doesn't. So Water Cannon is coming in. Toxic Inks are gonna be nice. It goes to the pig. Epic says, no. To kill this combo, you kill the fat pig. And I mean, I don't mind that. Yeah, I think that's a smart idea in this position.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Blue. Good eye there. I think to kill that combo, it was all those relax. It bought the Nagais a lot of time. There was many turns in that first game where Nagais was simply out of stamina. He doesn't have Sweatband. He doesn't have infinite stamina. So those relax were a key part into Marnefarmer's strat of letting that Nagais really carry him to success. So I think this is a good idea. Gun down the pig before any relaxed stuff goes down, and I think it's gonna be a bit more smooth sailing for him, but not all that smooth. You still gotta deal with the man himself, Nagais.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, Dojo Lance with his squad might be able to push for a little bit more advantage here. Psy Surge will come out instead here for the side.
Oh, that is a dead Ninja Cell. Okay, no, Pig wants to protect Nagais there. So what did CMAS want to do?
So Invasion is going to block that. Aquatic Rolling will one-shot the pig here, I think. This actually kills the pig if you're not careful, and it does! That's perfect. Not enough! The Toxic Inks will secure it. Perfect. As now, I mean, Dojo Lance is sick of Marnefarmer's shit. He's like, no, not again. Not happening again. And it will not get removed.
Yeah, so now 2 Vine coming out to play, but still Nagais is still gonna be going first. We saw much of Beta Burst hit, so easily one more of those cleans up the Nidrasil But maybe you leave it for Tuvine there, because Tuvine does take a good damage from Yukama, so Yukama's more likely to stay in. So I think you want to start focusing it up there, since it is a heavy damage dealer for your team. So I don't think Nidraso staying. Perhaps a swap to Grandpa or Wimplum feels pretty good.
Yeah, this is now very interesting, because now you cannot cheese your way to victory. You have to work for it. Narcoleptic Hit connects on to the Naga Issei, and of course the Nidrasil does have the energy drink, so it won't be affected, but Beta Burst will make sure that it does not see the light of day and removes the Nidrasil from the fight. The CPG will be thrown as well, will do some solid damage here.
Yeah, so CPG doing a good chunk of damage, and not even that double screen, not a bad item on Yukama, not even 50% from a War Drum Tuvine. But yeah, Nagai's still doing good work, and now you got this tag team duo here, Wimplum, Yukama. You see those a lot in these freeze comps, but it's not going to work too well with Nagai's flipping the script there. But yeah, I still think Nagai's is not pressured. Yukama can't add any toxic ticks anywhere. And all the damage right now is special. That's exactly what... Actually, wait a minute. Marnie has Strange Vest, so that's defense instead of special defense.
Yeah, I mean... Right now... So... I mean, at this point, the... Tuvine and the Naga Issei can probably pick off one of these Tems. The question is which one you want to get rid of. The Yukama or the Wimplum here.
Alright, so Side Surge does come out. Is it enough? I do think so, but Yukama is surviving by the smallest 3.5%. But CPG Tuvine naturally slow does go down. Okay,
Breeze is thrown out.
Yeah, look, Cobri's there.
So hoping to freeze the Naga Issei in place next turn. Of course, going last means that the odds are very low, but that hope is already more than enough here.
Yeah,
Marty
so
still wants to Strange Vest, interestingly enough, as well. Sorry, go ahead.
no, yeah, I was just saying Nagai still feels good here. However, stamina is running low for this Nagai, so not able to buy him some turns since the Pigapec has already been taken out of the equation. So in terms of 10, Marnie's in the lead, but not too far in the lead. Noxalato, Wimplum, Grandpa still very healthy. All the temps, he has the ability to deal with everything. It's just going to come down to that playmaking, because Tuvine can take up this wind damage, but Wimplum has Sharp Brain online, has things like Tsunami, so those are going to be chunking that Tuvine just a bit. And when Nagai's out of stamina, he has to pretty much make a swap, and it's either Ymir or Mashuk, and Mashuk definitely does not want to be on this board against Dojo.
Yeah, so right now Dojo still has 3 Tems, all healthy, but actually I say but the Mashuk technically isn't really gonna be very useful down the line. Wimplump and Grandpa still could face check it, so Gael swaps in here for the side of Marnefarmer. Crystal Plume Gatling goes first, of course, does a lot of damage up to the Grandpa, setting up for that Crystal Bite. Tsunami comes in, doesn't freeze, but doesn't kill, and Windburst as well, connecting. So Cold Breath, is it faster than Gaialis? Maybe.
Yeah, I think, no, I don't think it is faster. Definitely not than a Sharp Stab, of course. But we'll see, we'll see. Usually it has to have a good amount of speed investment into it. But definitely faster than the Tuvine, 100%. Tuvine running out of stamina, so maybe just trying to go out on his own terms if it's not targeted. but a double up from Tuvine and Gialis should clean up the Grandpa. That's if Tuvine's even able to get off an attack.
Yeah, so interesting that at this point the position is a bit rough for Marnefarmer. I thought this would be a bit in favor of Dojo Lance, and I mean at this point it is, because the Mashuk is not going to be very useful down the line, especially if either Grandpa or Wimplump survive this. I think if Grandpa lives through this, I think Mashuk is just one shot with a tornado, so have to be careful as Marnefarmer here. Have to do as much as possible to reduce this, because without Pig Epic, or at least a second Tem, Naga Issei could not solo the ninjas, the Noxolotl. I don't think so, at least. So Ayala swaps in for the Mashuk here. Doesn't attack into the Grandpa, surprising there. And Dojo Lance reads it as well. Swaps on the Grandpa for the Noxolotl. So just avoids any trades there. Marty swaps out the Tuvine for the Naga Issei. So just a bit of an interesting swap position here. Sharp Rain is dropped, but it's completely avoided by that Mashuk taking that. And now the turntables when it comes to speed.
I mean, really good read for Dojo Lance here, saying you might be bringing out Nagais here, so let's switch that Grandpa over for Noxolotl. So almost checking Marnefarmer here. The Wimplump has something in the tank as Tornado for Mashuk, and Noxolotl with a good Toxic Ink is gonna potentially bring down this Nagais. So Dojo Lance looking somewhat good, somewhat comfortable in this position.
Yeah, this is a bit of a struggle here for Dojo Lance. There's still a Wimplump and a Noxolotl. They're both full HP here actually, so it just comes down to speed. I mean, how could the Noxolotl be slower here? Like, I mean, legitimate question. How does... I don't know. I think right now Marnie is just too slow, so Side Surge will be thrown out. On the Wimplump, drops it below 50% HP. Toxic Ink will come out to trade though, but takes very little damage. A Toxic Tick isn't enough. An Uppercut will be thrown out to trade. Doesn't kill the Wimplump, so if this Naga Issei goes down, that'll be a big disaster. Tornado is connecting. Doesn't kill the Mashuk.
Yeah, but with Naga's getting so low, man, Jesus. I think Noxolotl alone might be enough to clean up the remaining. Once Marnefarmer's Nagais goes down, it's just literally anything. A Cold Breeze plus the Toxic Tick does clean it down. But then the Grandpa should be enough easily for the Mashuk, easily for the Ymir. And then Tuvine, the good old Toxic Ink should be enough. But guys, I will touch on that topic after the tournament. Let's switch it up, guys. Good vibes all around. I'll touch on that topic. There's been a lot of main accounts that have been banned. A lot of friends, guys. Temtem Tebow has all previous, a lot of people. I don't like to do it in terms of the while we're doing commentary, guys. But come on, let's keep it good vibes. I'll touch on it after. But you guys have no idea. Absolutely. There's so many accounts that have been banned and have alts, and there are a lot of good friends. So Saga, you mentioned it, one of your best friends, Temtem Tebow, right? And not to call him out or anything, or I don't think he did anything, but there's a lot of alts out there with banned accounts, and I'm not supporting anyone who's done wrong. I'm just saying, guys, to switch up the subject just a bit here, guys. Good vibes all around. And Blue, let's get back to the game. So Narco Hip going straight into Gialis.
Yeah, absolutely. So Nami gonna be thrown out as well here, trying to take out the Mashuk with this as long as the cleanup is there, but no, it's not. They both live at 5% HP, so the uppercut will be devastating. So just a lot of unfortunate circumstances here for Dojo Lance. Has 2 Temps still standing. Grandpa and Noxolotl, and Naga Issei lived. And that's the big thing here. Naga Issei lives! Everything is alive at literally less than 10% HP. This is disgusting. A Crystal Bite or a Sharp Stabs actually might just take out the Grandpa here. Depends on how the speed EVs are spread.
Yeah, look at the HP. Marnefarmer literally surviving. This is some spreads, some god spreads here. Marnefarmer 2.5%, 4.2%, 5.3%. In terms of health differential, Dojo Lance has the advantage here. I mean, 10 advantage goes to Marnefarmer, but can this really be an advantage when everything goes down to the simplest of attacks? Man, what a close matchup. Dojo Lance not trying to go down by any means in this game. And wow, it's only been turn 9, but these guys have really been in that thinking tank, because it's definitely felt a lot longer than turn 9.
Yeah, this is such a close game. And yeah, you're absolutely right. It's literally around turn 9, but it feels like we've been trying to crawl into this matchup forever.
Yeah.
Still, Tornado will be thrown out. So Mashuk will be sacked. Wow, that's surprising. Takes out the Mashuk instead of the Gaialis. Lets the Gaialis live here. But that allows the Crystal Bite to almost kill the Grandpa. Now Sharp Stabs as well is definitely faster than Grandpa. It's going to go down most likely. Tuvine comes out as well. As the CPG might be enough to at least do some solid damage on a Noxlotl, and then Naga Issei can at least throw in some punish. But Sharp Stabs... the Sharp Stabs CPG might... I don't know. I mean, Tornado's been used. I don't think there's another 3 prio move unless HKS is on this Grandpa. But as you mentioned, it might not be here at all. So the Sharp Stabs kills the Grandpa here. So Acid Reflux is hoping to kill both these Tems right now if he does have access to it. But the Gatling does a lot of damage. Not 40% total.
Yeah,
but
over
now,
33. So two more of those, it should be enough. So wait a minute, can Dojo Lance do the job? Nah, guys. Oh no, I don't think he will be. Marnefarmer might win right here, right now. Feather Gatling 2-line is slower, and then of course a Side Surge / Beta Burst should be enough to clean up Noxlotl. Did Marnefarmer just win it right here in turn number 11?
Yes, to somehow Narco hit the Tuvine, live, and then go slower than Naga Issei again. So this is so close here. Beta Burst into Feather Gatling must kill. It must kill, sorry. Not
yeah,
skill,
and
but
Narco
kill.
might be that one prio technique that he needs. So there it is.
Oh, it goes first! It kills the Naga Issei! Oh my god! Unreal! The Tuvine doesn't get a chance. For the Gatling is thrown out. It has to deal over 40%, and it does. So it's still over for the side. Oh my god, for Marnefarmer! He's gonna win at 0.4%.
Yeah, I mean, he has Tornado.
HP.
Marnie has Tornado. I think it's still GG, but Feather Gatling still outspeeds, and that is GG.
0.4%.
Yeah, Marnefarmer doing the unthinkable, doing what no one has ever done before. A three-time monthly champion, guys. Give it up to him, blazing the horns, guys.